Hey y'all, it's Michael and it's VEDA day 12, I think. I'm losing track of the days. When I was editing the anything but book tags, on one of the questions it asked about your favorite show as a kid. And I was editing it and I was like, man, I love TV. And I was like, I felt as though I didn't give that question enough justice. So today, I'm going to be doing the TV show tag. Now, I tried to find out who the original creator was, but it was really hard and I couldn't find it. So if you know who the original creator is, let me know. In regards to TV, I feel as though I don't watch a lot of TV, especially now. Before, as a kid growing up, I used to watch a lot of TVs. It was more specifically cooking shows. Oh my god, when I say 6 o'clock Monday through Friday, I used to watch Rachel Ray 30-minute meals. I was like, oh my god, I can do that in 30 minutes. Now I tend to read more, obviously. And I also watch a lot of YouTube. So there's that. Okay, number one, what is your favorite reality show now? You know. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know my favorite reality shows. So I'm just gonna take time to talk about them because let me tell you, I love reality shows. And my favorite is obviously Love and Hip Hop. I do get asked quite frequently, not even like people online and people in real life, they ask me, how can you love that show? When I was contemplating about it, I really don't understand. I don't really know. I think I love it because first off, it's fake, okay? Like, let's be serious here. A lot of these reality shows now are really fake. I also put on here Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's one of my favorite ones. Now, that show, I think Real Housewives of Atlanta, I think that's one of those reality shows where I think it's really real. The things that do happen, really happen. They film in like real spots because like a lot of the times if you watch like, because I tend to watch these episodes 2 times minimum. If you watch like in the background, a lot of the times those people look really uncomfortable, especially when the girls start getting like in an argument. It just gets really uncomfortable. But I think I really enjoy reality shows because it's a time when I can literally just turn off my brain. I don't have to think as much. And it's like a really guilty pleasure that I just really enjoy, and I think that's why I really enjoy reality shows. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about these reality shows. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Whole Love and Hip Hop series I enjoy. I watch it. It's like Mona. In case you don't know, Mona is the creator of Love and Hip Hop. She's like the producer too. I think Mona conditioned me as a viewer to expect a new episode every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time on VH1. It's one of the most beautifully shot reality shows that I've seen. If you just look at some of those night scenes, now again, this ain't a real reality. Some of those scenes, oh my god, beautifully shot. The bouquet in the background is just so smooth, and it just looks so good. Like aesthetically, it's pleasing to me as a videographer because it looks beautiful. I'm noticing along as the whole series gets further is that Mona really is starting to hone down on how to grab the audience's attention because now the plots nowadays, like especially this season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, like it's so complicated. Like you have people connecting with each other. They're in a relationship with this person, but then they had a baby with this person who also is married to this other person who's it's just like it's at this point where it's like Game of Thrones level where there's so many people and they're all interacting with each other. They're like making babies by each other and it's just so messy. I love watching it. Like, I think that's also one of my favorite aspects of the show is the way that the story unfolds is because it's also one of those shows where next time on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, like when it shows you that, it doesn't show you everything. And it leads you to, especially this season, there's a lot of like, what? Like, oh my god. The episode with Kirk and Rashida, oh my god, it was done so perfectly well. I said, oh Oh my god, look at Mona. It's just a good show. Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I really like that show too because it is messy also. But I like it because it does feel really, to me anyways, it feels real. And the editors on that show are so petty. The way they edit some of the scenes, I just laugh. It's so funny. Like the scene where they were going to that vagina party and then all of a sudden they cut to this scene. It's like a video of flowers and butterflies. It was so funny. And the way that, oh my god, the way that they hold the receipts on this show is, and just how everything unfolds, it's amazing. And I think that's why I really love the show too. It's just so riveting and I really enjoy it. Another messy reality show that I thoroughly enjoy, The Only Way is Essex. Now this is a show from Essex, England. It gives me a lot of The Hills vibe, which I love watching. I mean, it's so interesting to me because since it's so different from an American reality show, it gives me that vibe of an American reality show, but it feels so classy. It feels so classy. One of my favorite reality competitive shows is that I'm watching right now is RuPaul's Drag Race. I really, really love RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm so happy that my friend, I talked about it in another video, but I'm so happy that my friend convinced me to watch the show, and I've been a big fan ever since, like, what, season 2, 3? It was around then when I started watching it. I love RuPaul's Drag Race, and this season is turning out to be really interesting. And it's just so good. It got me to watch Paris is Burning, which is one of my favorite documentaries that I've ever seen. Like, it's done so well, and it taught me so much. I would recommend it. I love RuPaul's Drag Race is amazing, and there's a new episode this Friday. Okay, number 2. What is your favorite drama? I wrote a lot on here because I love watching dramas. Now, this doesn't say K-dramas, so I didn't pick any K-dramas. The Good Wife is one. So good, so good. Me and my sister, we watched this together, and when a certain character or something happens, she cried. Like, she lost it. I said, oh, bruh, that show is so good. It's so good. Unfortunately, it's off the air now. But I haven't watched the online series. I wonder if that's any good. A lot of my favorites that I could think of right now, I'm currently watching them. Right now, I'm currently watching The Wire. People have been telling me to watch this for years. Like, years they've been telling me to watch The Wire, and I finally got around to it. I'm on the second season right now, and I love it so much. I'm watching like one episode a day. I can't binge watch shows. Like, I physically cannot binge watch shows. Something about it, I just can't. I think it's also because I'm in that mindset of watching one episode per week and watching it build up type of person. But I can't binge watch a show, so yeah. The Wire, oh my god, it's so good, guys, so good! I know it's only the second season, but people have told me like the third season is like the best. And I was like, if that's the best, season 2, I'm really enjoying. So, and season 1 was amazing. So I was like, it could get better than this? Oh my god, it's gonna be lit. It's so good. Everything about it is amazing. The acting is amazing. The story is amazing. The scripting. Now, the cinematography, it's okay, but I think it's done in a way that, because it's supposed to feel natural, because everything, like, even the acting feels so natural and smooth, and so I think it was wise of them to make it look really natural and like nothing too extravagant, because it gives off that feeling of like authenticity. So I really like it. God, it's so good. Another show that I like a big fan of is Fargo. The third season is about to start, and I am so excited. Because first off, the movie is amazing. But when I found out that they were going to do a TV show, I was like, I was so skeptical. And season 1, I was like, oh, okay. And season 2, I was like, yo, this is amazing. I was like, this is so good. It's also one of those shows where it is shot, it's shot so beautifully. How it's shot conveys an importance to the story, the way it's being told. it's just a well-produced show. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's funny. It's really fun. It's like dark humor. I mean, like, would you really laugh at someone getting stuffed into a meat grinder? But I mean, it was funny. But one of my favorite shows right now that like I am obsessed with and I watch it every Tuesday, which is The Americans. I'm loving this show so much, and it's sad that they're on season 5 right now, and season 6 is their last season. And I was like, oh no! Like, in one spectrum, I'm excited that they have an end game. Like, the producers and the writers know what the end game is. And on my other side, it's like, I don't want it to end, which I don't. But then I was like, wait, because there's a timeline, right? If you guys are ending this in season 6, you guys are ending it in 1984. Let me tell you, watch The Americans. It is amazing. The only thing about this show is that I would not recommend it to everyone. And let me tell you why. It's because the one thing that hinders it, but I think is what makes it exceptional, is that it is slow. It is incredible. Like, this show does not... It takes its time. So it doesn't have a fast pace. It's not extravagant like Game of Thrones is, like, in that way, because it is so slow. Like, it's slow. It's about a Russian family that moves in the late 1970s, early 1980s to America during the Cold War. On the surface, it's about the Cold War and these spies trying to go against living in America. What really centers this show and why I love it so much is because it is essentially a family drama. If you take away the spy stuff and all of that, the center, like the family story is amazing. Like, watching these characters grow and develop, and it's acted so well. And when they're spying, the way the camera lingers, it's like so uneasy and so tense. Like, there were scenes in here where I was like, oh my, like, it's creating this tension that makes it have so much weight on like what can happen is really dangerous. Because the way that the relationships are developing and how they interact with each other is just done so well. Because, like, while I say I wouldn't recommend it because it is slow, like, everything develops so slow. The further you get on with the show, that you start to realize it's genius on how it does it, because it shows the viewers and tells the viewers things that you won't even notice seasons later. And so it's one of those shows where you have to pay really close attention, because, like, even in the beginning where it shows you, like, previously on, it doesn't explain everything, and like these nuances really makes the show fantastic. It makes it worth watching the show, because the viewer, for me anyways, I feel like there's a payoff. Like, it's gonna give me something that makes it worth being this slow. And this season is so good. Like, this season, and let me just tell you, in the last season, there's a death scene in here. There's a lot of death scene. I mean, there's like some really cool death scene too. Like, when they stuffed that girl in a suitcase, I was like, oh. And I had to turn away because I was like, oh, I can't. But there was a death. I was so shook. I am shooketh, shaketh, and starteth, because it came out of nowhere, and you learn to, like, love these characters because it's so slow. Like, you learn to love these characters. Like, you know who they are. You know what they're about. And a lot of these characters are very gray. Like, it's not good or evil. Like, there's a lot of gray areas, and they make mistakes, and they have to fix these mistakes. But that death just... It really broke my heart, because it's so good. I would recommend it. So I'm just realizing now, this video is going to be long. I think I'm gonna split this up into 2 like I did my other tag. In case you don't know, I also want to say this too. When I do Vlogmas or like VEDA, I try my hardest to keep it at 10 minutes and under. And I do this not only for my sanity, but also for yours, because I know you're subscribed to people that do VEDA, and so you're watching, your feed's gonna be like a lot. Oh my god, look at this dog. There's your feed has a whole bunch of VEDA videos, so I personally try to keep it under 10 minutes just because I want to be mindful. So I'm going to split this video into 2 parts. So I'll see you on the next part.
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to be swept away.